Freelancing versus the 9 to 5 job. There's something that I think we all have to address. There's no such thing as job security. I know that a lot of people feel that they want the comfort of a 9 to 5 job. I don't have a problem with that. What I want you to consider is this very real possibility. As much as you want the stability of a 9 to 5 job, it might not be up to you. You might get fired one day. In fact, on a long enough timeline, the odds are you will get fired at some point from your job. And what do you do then? Diversifying your income, having multiple revenue streams is one of the most important things you can do. And you don't have to wait until you have money saved up to have investments or to have a real estate holding of some kind. This is something you can do right now. I think it's dangerous to either put all of your eggs into having employment or even just having one big client as a freelancer. So today I want to talk about freelancing versus the 9 to 5, and I want to help you figure this out. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake helping you create something awesome today. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, first of all, welcome. My name is Roberto Blake. I'm a creative entrepreneur. Prior to starting my social media coaching business, I was a freelancer. I was doing photography, design, freelance writing, pretty much anything you could do to make money. And one of the good things about that was when I was a student in college, I was able to pay for community college directly through a combination of, working at the mall and doing freelancing on my nights and weekends. And the result of that meant no student loans for this guy. I was able to just pay each semester what I needed to, and meant that I didn't have to start my adult life in debt. Something that might be very important to you if you're watching this video. If you have a 9 to 5 job, first of all, I'm not trying to shame you or discredit you. I think it's awesome that you've built an income for yourself and that you're supporting yourself, and maybe it's a career that you love. But there's a real chance, especially as you get older, that you might be pushed out of the industry because, let's be very real, a lot of people aren't valuing loyalty anymore. They're not paying people what they're worth. They're not necessarily taking care of the people that grow and build the business. Those days that our parents and grandparents had where you could work at a company for 15 and 20 and 30 years, they're probably over and they're not coming back. It's just not being paid forward in the same way. When you put in hard work, are you really getting what you think that hard work merits? Do you really feel that you're getting the full market value of what you're putting out? There's a very good chance that the answer is no. There's a very good chance that, one, you're being underpaid based on the median salary for your job role or your industry or for your state. There's a very good chance you're being underpaid. Maybe you didn't negotiate the best salary because it was your entry-level position, or you were in a situation where you need to take what was available to you because you just moved, or you had a situation where something changed in your life or in your family. I'm going to talk to you guys about negotiations. In fact, I have done a video on that I will link up here to help you negotiate better. So the next time that this comes around, you can negotiate better, whether it's for a job or whether you're negotiating with clients as a freelancer. And by the way, freelancing isn't all sunshine and rainbows either. The gig economy is very real. In fact, I hire freelancers all the time, and I feel like it's a great model for me versus having full-time staff. It gives me what I need, and I take care of my freelancers and I pay them very well. Usually I pay them the rate they're asking for, and I get what I want from them. And it's something that I think works out and is win-win. Nobody has to lose when people do business fairly, but not everyone does business fairly. However, there's a key difference between freelancing and a 9 to 5 job. With a 9 to 5 job, you do have continuity and you have job stability. You know relatively how much money you're going to get paid, and you know when that's going to happen for you. You have what's called stability, at least from that standpoint. The problem is that stability goes away the instant the words "you're fired" comes out of somebody's mouth. In contrast to this, a freelancer, if they're doing it very well, has multiple clients and thus multiple options and streams of revenue. They have people that can refer them, and ultimately that means that they have more stability in the sense that there's no one thing in terms of one decision maker that's going to undermine them. However, they have full responsibility for everything, in which case you're at least afforded some level of coverage and people having your back when it comes to having a 9 to 5 job. Freelancers have unlimited earning potential. Whatever you decide your rates are your rates as long as people agree to pay them. And ultimately, you could charge for your service rather than your time, which means you get more money as you become efficient and you get to save time. If you work a 9 to 5, you've agreed to a salary, you've agreed to an hourly rate, which means you're not going to be rewarded for your efficiency. You're going to work harder and smarter, and you're going to be rewarded with being given more work to fill up the hours in the day. So all of your efficiency is going to be completely undermined, and it's not going to be rewarded with you getting to leave work early or an increase in pay or salary most of the time. It's going to be great. You got that done. Here's another task. Let me get as much of my money's worth out of you. This is not something that I think a lot of people really take into consideration, that their work isn't being valued and rewarded when it comes to doing it very well and doing it very fast. There's no incentive. There's no upside. If you are a freelancer, however, there's every upside if you don't charge an hourly rate and you charge service fees and if you use itemized billing. However, as a freelancer, you're responsible for everything. You pay your own taxes, you pay your own health insurance. You are a one-man or one-woman show. Everything is down to you. You're not necessarily part of a team, and so that can be daunting. There's also the fact that it's very isolating, and you have to be wildly disciplined in order to do it because there's no one to hold you accountable for the most part, at least in terms of day-to-day operations. You have to be organized. You have to keep track of everything. If you're a freelancer, you're not just whatever your job role or the service you provide is. You're also the CEO, you're the accountant, you're HR, your customer service and support, you're everything. And it's not always as glamorous as it seems to just have the ability to control your schedule and time, because instead of working 8 hours a day, you'll often find that you're working 12 hours a day. Okay, Roberto, so what am I supposed to do with that? Should I stay at my 9 to 5 or should I be a freelancer? It's not always either or, as long as it doesn't violate your contract. Maybe you consider moonlighting. Maybe you're able to do both. If you're not in some non-compete, or it's not something that violates the terms of your job contract, or it's not a conflict of interest of any kind, there's the possibility that you can do both. And you might need to because maybe you need the extra income. So doing something on the side as a side hustle on nights and weekends might actually be really practical for you. If you want me to make a video about that, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll try and make that video. You might want to subscribe and hit notifications if you want more freelancing content from this channel. Stability at a 9 to 5 comes with a salary cap, inevitably, a lack of control, a lack of ownership of your work, and the anxiety of knowing one day you could easily just be fired through no fault of your own. Somebody could decide that they don't like you, their office politics that could come into play, or the company can go under, or the industry could shift and you could get pushed out, maybe due to ageism or some other form of you just not being a good fit for what they're looking for anymore. I mean, this is something that's happening to a lot of people. It's not impossible that it might happen to you. I'm not saying that to terrify you or discourage you. I'm trying to prepare you for a reality so that you have an exit strategy. And there's a lot of content on this channel that can help you so that you have other ways of making money, so that when you're in between jobs and looking for something, or if you decide to transition, that you have options available to you and you know what to do and what comes next for you. Many of you who are freelancers, you should consider going back to a 9 to 5 job and then focus your energy less on clients and educating yourself on everything it takes to be your own boss and to be more disciplined first, because many of you are not prepared for it. You went into this a little bit too early, and you could use a little bit more refinement in your craft and your skills. And frankly, some of you are not able to make this sustainable and a stable thing for you yet, and you should consider going back to corporate, but you should learn negotiating skills and you should try to create leverage so that you're not going to a job that you hate or that doesn't value you, but gives you an environment that's positive and that even though you have less control, you also feel supported. So I would encourage you to try to find a better career or a better job, and there is content on the channel that can help you with things like negotiating and knowing what to look for. So freelancing versus the 9 to 5 job. It's obvious that it comes down to who you are as an individual. You have to have some self-awareness. Are you disciplined enough to be a freelancer? And do you have a financial situation where you can take that hit and where you can build up and where you can put in that extra time? Or is it something you need to do as kind of a hybrid where you're doing a side hustle until that's lucrative enough? Are you educated enough to be able to take full responsibility there? And as for the 9 to 5, is this something that is going to last? Is this something where you're not going to get pushed out, where the industry is not going to flip on you and you're not going to be valued anymore? Do you really have true job security ever? You need to be thinking about that and realizing that there may come a point where for a few months even, you might have to freelance in between jobs, and you need to be prepared and understand what that could look like. You might need to start before the possibility of you being fired, pushed out, downsized, whatever that looks like. Make sure you have an exit strategy. The good news, the gig economy is growing. I know the rest of this was super sobering. The good news is freelancing is growing and it's becoming more accepted. And by 2020, they speculate that 50% or more of freelancing jobs, at least in the US, will make up the job market, which I actually think is pretty cool because it means more people are just a little bit more independent. And I always feel that it's a good thing when you can control your time, your energy, and your income. And that's really at its core what this YouTube channel is about. So if that's something you're into, I hope you'll subscribe and watch the other videos on this channel. Question of the day. Have you ever done freelancing work before? Are you somebody who's in your 9-to-5 job and you've never ventured outside of that before? I would love to know in the comment section why and why not. What's keeping you from at least looking into freelancing? What's your anxiety around your 9-to-5 job right now? Are you trying to quit and get out? You want to be a lifer? Let me know in the comment section. Would love to talk a little bit about this and get some perspective on where you're at right now in your career. Like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe for other awesome content here on the channel. As always, you guys, thanks so very much for watching. And don't forget, go out there and create something awesome today. Take care.